Okay. So today I'm going to be speaking about Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. The whole class will be about him and my experiences and also reading from his books. So today will be all nectar from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandon Mui Savadhana Mate Prasade bhai e bhava koriya jai Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Korya Aikya Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Ye Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Ye prasade pure sarva asha सबको जान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से सबको जान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहा होइते विद्या विनाश जते प्रेम भक्ति जहा होइते अविद्या विनाश जते वेदे गाय जहर चरित वेदे गाय जहर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनारा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनारा बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवना आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पादा छाया आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पादा छाया एबे यश कुशुप्री उबना एबे यश कुशुप्री भुवना आहा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पदा छाया दुआपदे लयनु शरण दुआपदे लयनु शरण शिल गुरुदेव पतित पवना गुरुदेव पतित पवना जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा गुरु परंपरा गुरु परंपरा गुरु परंपरा गुरु परंपरा शिल भक्ति रक्षक शिल श्रीधर गोस्वामी भक्ति रक्षक शिल श्रीधर गोस्वामी Jaya Bhakti Rakshak Srila Sridhar Goswami Bhakti Rakshak Srila Sridhar Goswami Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur. Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtachade Satarane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswamin Iti Namane. Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Vadanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandranandapuram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Shri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhaktalasitam Saraswatanam Varam Vande Tam Shubhadam Adeka Sharanam Nyashishwaram Sridharam. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Iti Namane. Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audaurya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirsha Namami. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tishe Nama. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vrindai Tulsidebai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavachai Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So first of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtatara Sata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. And then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat pranams at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtatara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtatara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my Dandavat pranams at the lotus feet of all of my Sri Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga and to all of my Siksha Guru Varga. And I offer my Dandavat pranams to all of the Vaishnavas and to all of the Vaishnavis. So on Sunday, day before yesterday, here in Sri Navadvipa Dham, it was the Divine Disappearance Day, Holy Titi of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. And there were, of course, festivals in his glorification at Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And many speakers were there. Everyone was given some very short time to offer their Pushpanjali. So I wanted to expand and take some significant amount of time to cover this topic of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj's glories. And in doing so, then we could imbibe his holy personality into our hearts by hearing about his divine personality, his character, his qualities, something about his life. But especially I wanted to focus on his teachings, what he left for the whole world, what he left behind in his final days on this planet, in his old age, in his late 80s and early 90s. I came in contact with my Siksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. My first physical meeting with him was in 1979, here in Navadvip at his Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. That, of course, is a long story. I'm not going to get into the details of that. But I'll tell that prior to meeting him, there were two very significant occurrences before I met him, which made me understand his position. Those who have heard from me, they probably heard me explain this history before, so I'm only just mentioning it in brief. But I came to the Krishna consciousness movement at the age of 18 in 1970, and my first days in the temple there in Detroit, United States of America, I happened upon a Back to Godhead magazine, which was sitting in a stack of Back to Godhead magazines. Many of them were some of the original printings of Back to Godheads. And this particular magazine, I opened it up. And there was an article there which was describing that these words were spoken by this personality named Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. So I was very brand new at that time. And the title of it, the title of this article, which was actually not a recording because they didn't have tape recorders at that time, but it was written down by our godbrother Achyutananda Brahmachari at that time, who later, he was one of the first disciples of Prabhupada when they opened up that temple in 26 Second Avenue. So Achyutananda, who now lives in Alachua, Florida, he was taking notes, shorthand, while Srila Sridhar Maharaj was speaking. And it was a darshan. It was not a public lecture. It was just a darshan. And Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj was speaking on the topic, which later became titled The Descent of the Holy Name. The Descent of the Holy Name. How the Holy Name of Krishna descends down from Goloka Vrindavan. So, really in my first few days of being in the temple, I came into contact with Srila Sridhar Maharaj through his teachings. But of course, what could I understand at that time? It was very new. So years went by, and between 1970 and 1975, I had received some information about this personality again. And this information was coming from our Srila Prabhupada, that Srila Prabhupada said, yes, I have one godbrother, and he is a pure devotee of Krishna. So I thought, oh, I wonder who this is. Then around 1974, I was in New York, and I was doing layout work on Srila Prabhupada's books. And we were usually hearing lectures during that time. They had a sound system. And so then an audio recording of Srila Prabhupada came on. Audio recording, it came on. What was the audio recording? It was the conversation that Prabhupada was having with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj when he came to live. When he came to live when Prabhupada was hosting him at his temple, and the two of them sat together on the Vyasasana. There's famous photos of that, where they were sitting together on the Vyasasana, on a red-colored velvet Vyasasana. Srila Sridhar Maharaj sitting right next to Srila Prabhupada. And that was the first time that we saw Srila Prabhupada sitting on the Vyasasan with someone else, sharing the Vyasasan with him. And I heard this conversation that they were having. It was a recorded conversation where Prabhupada was introducing him to his disciples. Prabhupada, right here at Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir, he was introducing him to his Western disciples for the first time. And in actuality, I have in front of me the book called Search for Sri Krishna Reality the Beautiful. And in the beginning of that book, there is the very words of Srila Prabhupada, a small extract from that. So Prabhupada was speaking at that time. So Srila Prabhupada was introducing him and saying, this is my very, very revered God brother and my very old friend. By age and by experience, he is superior to me. And then he said some other things, so I'm going to actually read what he said. This is from the preface of that book. He said, we are very fortunate. This is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and he's telling to his disciples, we are very fortunate to hear His Divine Grace Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Paribrajak Acharya Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. I was fortunate to have his association since a long time, since perhaps 1930. And at that time, he had not accepted sannyas, but he had just left home. So he went to preach in Allahabad, and on that auspicious occasion, we were connected. Of course, that's Prayag. Then he says, Sridhar Maharaj, he lived in my house for many years. He lived in my house for many years. Which house? In Calcutta. Yeah, in Calcutta. Sridhar Maharaj had his mat here, and he would quite often go back and forth from Navadvip to Calcutta. And when he would go there, he would stay with his godbrother Abhay Charanaravinda Prabhu, who later became A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So he says, Sridhar Maharaj lived in my house for many years. So naturally, we had very intimate talks, discussions. Then he says, he has such high realizations of Krishna that if you hear them, if a person hears them, he would faint. He would faint. Yes. So then he says, Sridhar Maharaj was always my good advisor. My good advisor. And I took his advice very seriously. Why? Because, why did I take his advice very seriously? Because from the very beginning, I knew that he was a pure devotee of Krishna. So, I wanted to associate with him. And then Prabhupada says, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj says, Krishna and Prabhupada, they he says, Krishna and Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they liked him to prepare me. They liked him to prepare me. So our relationship is very intimate. Now, who is Prabhupada telling this to? Who is our Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj? When he was in household life, he's recounting, he's remembering how he had so many intimate exchanges with Srila Sridhar Maharaj over a period of many years. Intimate exchanges. On what? On Krishna consciousness, Krishna Katha. And from his association, he could understand, yes, this senior godbrother of mine, he is a pure devotee of Krishna. And so he said, naturally, we had very intimate talks, that he would be in my house over many years, and we would talk very intimately. So he says that actually Krishna and my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, they liked him to prepare me. You know what that means? To prepare me? They liked him, that Srila Sridhar Maharaj should prepare me for my future mission, to bring the message of Krishna consciousness to the whole world. Yes, they liked him to prepare me. So he says, therefore our relationship is very intimate. Intimate. Now he says, after the breakdown of our spiritual master's institution, what is that? Gaudiya Math. There was a period when the Gaudiya Math just broke apart after Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left. We know all the different histories of that time period. But what he's telling here, Abhay Charanaravinda Prabhu, is telling that after the breakdown of our spiritual master's institution, then at that time, I wanted to organize another institution. And I wanted to make Sridhar Maharaj the head of that institution. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told me. Who did he tell? Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He says he told me personally that Sridhar Maharaj is one of the finest preachers of Krishna consciousness in the world. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati told him that directly. One of the finest preachers of Krishna consciousness in the world. So, hearing that from my Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, I wanted to take him everywhere. I wanted to bring Sridhar Maharaj everywhere, throughout the whole world. This was my earnest desire. But since he could not go around the world and preach, since he could not do it, at least the people of the world should come to hear from him. Direct words of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Recorded. So now he says, in completing this short speech, actually it's much longer, because I've heard the recording of it, and they're both talking to one another as well. But they've extracted these statements from Srila Prabhupada. So now he says, he's giving a spiritual instruction. He says that if someone truly wants to advance in spiritual life, for that purpose of advancing in spiritual life, then we must go to someone who is actually practicing spiritual life. If you want to advance in spiritual life, who do you go to? Someone who's actually practicing and is very advanced in spiritual life. That's who you go to. So he says, so if someone is actually serious to take instructions from a Siksha Guru or from an instructing spiritual master, I can refer him to one who is the most competent of all my God brothers. This is B.R. Sridhar Maharaj. I consider Sridhar Maharaj to be even my Siksha Guru. So what to speak of the benefit that others can have from his association? Now, this last paragraph that I just read, for spiritual advancement of life, we must go to someone who is actually practicing spiritual life. This is actually extracted from a letter. I know how this was put together for the book. And who was that letter written to? It was written to Achyutananda when he was here in India without Prabhupada. And he directly recommended that he should go and associate with Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. It's only an extract from the letter. He gave him specific instructions. And he did that. He actually did that. Achyutananda, brahmachari at that time, he's very new, and he actually went to Srila Sridhar Maharaj's lotus feet, here, right here, at Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And now he lived there in the Mat for 1 whole year. Later on, Achyutananda, he also told everyone how he benefited so much from Srila Sridhar Maharaj's association. Like I told, that whole article, he sat in front of him and took dictation. That's where he learned how to do kirtan. That's where he learned some good amount of Bengali, the Bengali language. And he would hear from Srila Sridhar Maharaj very regularly. So, many years later, when the centennial of our Srila Prabhupada was taking place, 1996. In 1996. So one magazine was printed at that time called Prabhupada Anuga. You would remember that. And in there they had some section of letters that devotees were writing. So Achyutananda wrote a letter and he explained about his association with Srila Prabhupada in the early 1960s, mid-1960s. And then he explained about how he heard from our Srila Prabhupada the glories of Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. Then he came and stayed with him. And so he said, I consider Sridhar Maharaj to be my Siksha Guru. So like this, in this way, now we're going to hear from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. This is some extract. All of these chapters are taken from his direct live Harikatha that he spoke right here on this veranda of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. So the persons who produced this book, they included one extract from those discussions, and he made it a very short introduction, like 2.5 pages long. But this introduction is so wonderful. I'm going to read it, and you see how Srila Sridhar Maharaj, how he expresses himself. Srila Sridhar Maharaj had a very unique style of speaking Harikatha. And what he spoke, what Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj spoke, from the years of around 1978-79, when our Srila Prabhupada had left the planet, then many Western devotees began coming to him, and they also began to tape record. And from 1980, all through the next 8 years, till he departed in August of 1988, Srila Sridhar Maharaj spoke about 1,200 hours of recorded Harikatha. 1,200 hours. So all these recordings were collected, and devotees have made these various books like Sri Guru and His Grace, Search for Sri Krishna Reality the Beautiful, Subjective Evolution of Consciousness, The Golden Volcano of Divine Love, The Lord's Loving Search for His Lost Servant. These are some of the titles of some of the books. Then there was, I think, 3 volumes that were put together, and they were titled Sermons from the Guardian of Devotion. So why is this term, Guardian of Devotion? So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj's name that he was given by Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati when he took sannyas. His sannyasi name is Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. So what does Rakshak, Bhakti Rakshak, do you know? You know the meaning of this word, Rakshak? Huh?
I know.
What?
Who knows Vedic culture, Vedic knowledge very deep.
No. I'm asking, what does the word Rakshak mean? Huh? Protector, yes. It means the protector. Protector or guardian. Rakshak, to protect. The word Raksha means to protect. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati gave him the title Bhakti Rakshak. Bhakti Rakshak, and then his sannyasi name is Sridhar. One of the 108 sannyasi names. But his title is Bhakti Rakshak. And that means the personality who will protect bhakti. The pathway of pure bhakti will be protected by him. And I can tell you that if anyone had done that, especially in the difficult period after our Srila Prabhupada left the planet, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he clarified everything. He cleared all doubts. He answered all questions. He conveyed the deepest truths of the Siddhanta given by all of the Rupanuga Gaudiya Acharyas in our line. He was a fountain, like a ever-flowing fountain of sweet, incredible, deep Harikatha. And he served that function. Many, many devotees from around the world came to his lotus feet, and they heard from him. Many, many devotees around the world have heard his recorded lecture tapes. I'm one of them. And many devotees around the world have had some connection with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, even up to the present day, because all of his books have been translated into the many languages of the world. And Russian language is one of them. All of his books have been translated into the Russian language. They've been translated into Spanish language, French language, German language, even Chinese, I discovered. Even Chinese language, they translated Srila Sridhar Maharaj's books. So I can tell you that in the years that I traveled very extensively all around the world to different countries while Srila Narayan Maharaj was with us on the planet, and also after, for almost 10 years, that I've encountered many, many devotees in various countries who, they were not present on the planet while Srila Sridhar Maharaj, or at least they never met him, but they've met him through what? His recorded Harikatha, even translated into other languages. Devotees everywhere have met Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and they have become so impressed that in their heart, they feel a very deep and a very close connection with Srila Sridhar Maharaj. I have discovered this in many persons around the world who have told me their own experience. So, what Srila Sridhar Maharaj spoke during those years, actually his god brother, his very intimate god brother, very intimate friend, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, while he was living on the planet, he observed how the Western devotees were coming to the lotus feet of Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. He would hear the katha, he would also receive the books as they were being printed, all through the 1990s, 1980s. In fact, he's the personality who performed the Samadhi burial of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. He told that in his Vyasa Puja offering. Although Srila Sridhar Maharaj was junior to him in terms of coming to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, but Srila Puri Maharaj considered him his Siksha Guru. Siksha Guru. He actually considered him to be his Siksha Guru. So, can you imagine? Our Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj received sannyas from Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. Yes. And our Srila Prabhupada took sannyas from Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. All of them, they considered Srila Sridhar Maharaj to be a Siksha Guru for them. So many God brothers, and also later on, many devotees who were not able to meet Srila Sridhar Maharaj personally, then later on they read his writings or his spoken katha, and then they understood how exalted. So I wanted to say that Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, he told something very interesting. Usually, with all of our Vaishnava Shastras, especially in the line coming down from our Guru Parampara, so generally all of these Shastras that have been written by our previous Acharyas, hundreds of years, so generally we're very fortunate that they become translated into English language. All of these books, all of these literatures become translated into the English language. Right? But Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, when he read the books that were produced from the direct spoken English Harikatha of Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he said that actually Sridhar Maharaj, in these final years, the subject matter that he was speaking was on such a deep and very important, critically important, what he gave in his final years on the planet. He said even in his younger years, Srila Sridhar Maharaj did not speak these things. So many of these things he did not speak, even in his younger years. So Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, he expressed that he considered that all of these English books that have been produced from his English Harikatha, they should be translated into the Bengali language. You see, how important. The Bengali language, they have everything. But yet this is so important that Srila Sridhar Maharaj considered it should be translated from English into Bengali. And I think they did some. I'm not sure to what extent they followed that instruction. So, with that little bit of an introduction, I'm going to read the words of Srila Sridhar Maharaj now in his introduction to this book, Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful. So, Srila Sridhar Maharaj begins by telling that everyone is searching for what? Everyone is searching for rasa. Rasa means pleasure. Pleasure. He says everyone is searching for rasa, for pleasure. Who is he talking about? Everyone. Every single jiva, every living entity, all are searching for pleasure, happiness. But what does that mean? They are searching for what? Rasa. Everyone is searching for rasa. Now here, how Srila Sridhar Maharaj goes into an explanation of this. This is so amazing. Everyone's searching for rasa. So now he explains that the status of rasa is the highest. It's the highest. There's nothing higher than this. The status of rasa is the highest. And everyone is searching for it. So now he says, we living entities, we are persons. We are persons. And as persons, we have our subjective existence. Understand? No, you don't understand. Are you hearing what he, from this, directly from this? You found the page now?
Yes.
You found the page. Huh?
Yes, we have.
So he's reading it, okay.
Yes.
It will always be different. It will always be, don't worry, just try to hear it, and then I'm explaining it as we're reading it, okay? So just focus. If you want to meet Srila Sridhar Maharaj right now, today, you will meet him in his words right here. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj is telling that the status of rasa, it is the highest. And we all, as persons, we have our subjective existence. We have our subjective existence. What does that mean? You know, Maharaj? We have our subjective existence.
We see things according to our vision of our own reality, our own subjective reality based on our self of that reality.
Yes. Because we are subjects. We experience the world around us. And that existence that we experience is called subjective existence. Okay? Because it's experienced by me. Each individual person has his own individual subjective existence. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, yes, that is true. But, although we have our subjective existence, but rasa, pleasure, has his super subjective existence. Here, he's saying that rasa is a person. Rasa is not a thing. Rasa is not just an emotion. No. Rasa is a person. He has his super subjective existence. Rasa, pleasure. He is a person. And that person, he is Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Akhil Rasamrita Murti means he is the reservoir of all pleasure. Akhil Rasamrita Murti. He is Krishna. He is Krishna. Rasa is Krishna. Rasa is Krishna. There cannot be rasa in any other place but Krishna. No. Rasa will not exist anywhere except in Krishna. Because he is rasa. He is the fountainhead of all different types of rasa. What is a fountainhead? What does fountainhead mean? Do you know the meaning of this? Fountainhead? Huh? What does it mean? Huh?
Origin.
Paruski. Okay. So Krishna is the fountainhead. What? Istochni. Nik. Oh, Istochnik. Okay, so he is the fountainhead. He is the fountainhead of all different types of rasa. All. He is the fountainhead. Istochnik. So, by the nature of our constitution, by our very nature, because we are searching for rasa, he told that already, we are searching for rasa. Everyone's searching for rasa, for pleasure, for happiness. So by the nature of our constitution, we must search after Krishna. We have to search after Krishna. We must search. Because we're searching for happiness. So we must search after Krishna. Now, in the Brahma Sutra, that means Vedanta Sutra, it is said, the instruction is there in the beginning of the Vedanta Sutra, that you should inquire after the supreme cause of this world. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. You must inquire about the supreme cause of this world. Search. Vedanta Sutra is telling us, search for the supreme cause of this world. From where has everything come? All this universe, everything, from where has it come? How is everything maintaining its existence? By whom is it the existence of everything being maintained? And ultimately, where does everything enter after death? After annihilation, where does everything enter? So, that is Brahma. Brahma means spirit, consciousness. It is the most fundamental plane, the most basic fundamental plane from where everything springs up, everything remains, and everything ultimately enters. That is called Brahma. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Inquire about that. Vedanta Sutra. So then he says, where is Brahma? Where is Brahma? So Vedanta Sutra advises us to inquire after the what? The prime cause. The prime cause. We should inquire after that, who is the biggest, the prime cause, the all-accommodating. All-accommodating. We must inquire. Brahma Sutra is telling us. But now, Srila Sridhar Maharaj begins to now express that instruction from the Brahma Sutra was replaced. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he replaced that instruction. Inquire after Brahma, the source of everything, like this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replaced that. And he said, and Srimad Bhagavatam replaced that. With what? He replaced Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahaprabhu replaced that search for the ultimate cause, the ultimate source of everything. What did he replace that with? Krishnanusandhan. This term, Krishnanusandhan. Krishna Anusandhan. What is that? The search for Krishna. The search for Krishna. Very specific. Not searching for Brahma, not searching for the source, not searching, no. Searching for Krishna. Because Krishna is that supreme source. So the term Brahma Jigyasa means to search for spirit. To search for the spiritual truth. Spirit. But he says that kind of search, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is telling, that is a very dry thing. It is dry. It is a dry thing to search just for spirit. Because why? Because that search for Brahma Jigyasa, it is only the exercise of your thinking faculty. Huh? It is a jugglery of what? Reason, argument. So Mahaprabhu told, leave that behind. Leave it behind. Begin the search for Sri Krishna. Begin that search. And by that search, quench the thirst of your heart. Then he says, Rasa Jigyasa, Raso Vaisaha. Replace that Brahma Jigyasa with Rasa Jigyasa, means to inquire about Rasa. Why? Because Raso Vaisaha. Because that absolute search for Sri Krishna, he is Rasa. Raso Vaisaha means that he is actually Rasa. He's made of Rasa. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, your reason, your intelligence, your reason and argument, all of this, it won't satisfy you. When you inquire with your reason, your argument, by that system, you will not become satisfied. So, jnana, knowledge, no, it cannot really quench your thirst. You're thirsty. You need some liquid to quench your thirst. We are thirsty for what? We're thirsty for happiness. We are thirsty. Everyone is searching for pleasure. So, knowledge, it cannot really quench your thirst. So, instead of Brahma Jigyasa, you should accept Krishna Anusandhan. Krishna Anusandhan. You should begin the search for Sri Krishna. He wants some water from that bottle. He's asking. So instead of Brahma Jigyasa, you should accept Krishnanusandhan and begin the search for Sri Krishna. So, where is Krishna? You want to search for Krishna, so where is Krishna? Where is He? Our real needs, our real wants, they'll be satisfied only by getting the service of Krishna and not by anything else. Our real want, it will be satisfied only by getting the service of Krishna, not by anything else. We want to satisfy what? Every individual wants to satisfy the innermost demands of our hearts. Isn't it? Everyone wants to satisfy the innermost demands of their heart. We don't care to know where we are or what is controlling everything, but we really want to quench our thirst for rasa, for madhurya, for sweetness. This is what we really want. Our thirst for rasa, for madhurya, for sweetness. This is what we want to quench our thirst with. So we must search neither for knowledge, we should not distract ourselves by searching for gyan, knowledge, nor for searching for the controller of this world. We must search after rasa, anandam. We must search after beauty and charm. Rasa, anandam, beauty and charm. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Srimad Bhagavatam, they have both taught us what to beg for. You want to beg, you want to pray for things. So Mahaprabhu and Srimad Bhagavatam has taught us what should we beg for, what should we pray for, what should we want. And they have taught us, if you beg, then beg for Krishna, not for anything else. You want to beg? Beg for Krishna, not for anything else. So, the fate of the Vaishnavas, who are the students of the Bhagavat, and who are the followers of Mahaprabhu, those students, their fate, these Vaishnavas, the fate is sealed. Your fate is sealed. Sealed. Like you put something in a box and you seal the box. So the fate of all the Vaishnavas, of all the students of the Bhagavat, all the followers of Mahaprabhu, it is sealed in the search for Sri Krishna. In this. We want nothing else but Krishna. So therefore the Vedas are saying, Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. This is a statement that Srila Sridhar Maharaj would often quote. It's a Vedic statement. Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. So Putra means what? Son. Putra. So here's a statement from the Vedas telling, oh, you sons of nectar. Sons of nectar. Amritasya Putra. Amritasya means nectar. And Putra means sons. So, O sons of nectar, sons of the nectarine ocean sea, please listen to me. The Vedas are telling, please listen to me, you sons of nectar. You were born in nectar. You were born to taste nectar. And you must not allow yourselves to be satisfied by anything but nectar. So why is he saying we are born from nectar? Can you understand this term? Amritasya Putra. The Vedas are telling us, we, jivas, we living entities, that we are sons of nectar. What does that mean? Huh? What does that mean? How can you understand this? That we are sons of nectar. Can you tell, Maharaj?
The origin of Jiva, all Jiva, is the absolute truth.
Is what?
Absolute truth, Krishna, reality.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We are coming from that.
Yeah.
And we are meant to dedicate toward serving that and understanding that.
Yeah, because of our birth from nectar, the purpose of our birth was we were born to taste nectar. That we're born for that. Because we're born from that. So you must not allow yourselves to be satisfied by anything but nectar. You must not. So, however misguided you may be for the time being, that misguided position, you should awake. You should arise. This is the message of the Vedas. Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. You should awake, even though you've been misguided for a long time. You have not been searching for that nectar. You've been searching for perverted poison. So now, okay, you've been misguided for some time. But now, awake. You should arise. You should search for that nectar, for that satisfaction, that nectar. So, the Vedas tell us, this is right near the end of this, the Vedas tell us, Om, Om. This is a message from the Vedas. Throughout the Vedas, this term Om is there. What is the meaning of Om? What? Yes. Om means a very big yes. Like the big yes in the sky.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Ha, ha, yes. Om means yes. What you are searching for, that is. That is. It is true. It exists. What you are searching for. Yes. Om. Don't be disappointed. This is the message of Om. Don't be disappointed. What you are searching for, it exists. So, the common search of our inner search, the common search of all your hearts, the common search of every single one's heart is what? It is existing. That's why we're searching for it. If it didn't exist, we wouldn't be searching for it. Do you understand? Every living entity searching for what? Happiness. But really they're searching for rasa. And is that false? Is this a false? No. The Vedas are telling it's true. It exists. What you're searching for, it exists. So, here he's telling that common search of all of your hearts is existing. And your thirst will be quenched. Guaranteed. Your thirst will be quenched. So by your constitution, what you are constituted of, by that very constitution as a Jivatma, you are meant for that. You also deserve that. You deserve it. You're meant for that. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be cowed down. Cowed down means to be pushed down by someone. Don't. Because it is already given. That what you're searching for, it's already given where? In your being. In your own being, of your own existence, it is already given. And you can never be satisfied with anything else. You can try. You can try to be satisfied with something else other than that. But you can never be. Because it's already given in your very being. So, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is saying, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself after your long search. Prepare yourself to receive that long missing nectar in its full form and quality. Prepare yourself. You've been searching many, many lifetimes. So now prepare yourself to receive that missing nectar that has been missing for so long. And now you will be able to receive it in its full form, in its full quality. So awake, arise, search for your fortune. And then you must have that. You cannot but have that. If you search, you will definitely have to receive that. Because it is your birthright. You know, birthright? You're born for that. It's your birthright. And it is also the wealth of your own soul. Yes, it's there in your soul. In your very self. It's there. And it must be within you. It cannot but be within you. It is there. So, you have no other business. There is nothing else. You have no other business. You have no other engagement. But what? Krishnanusandhan. Krishnanusandhan. Krishna Anusandhan. You have no other business, you have no other engagement than this. Krishnanusandhan. The search for Sri Krishna. Reality, the beautiful. Reality, the beautiful. This is the introduction to this little book. Search for Sri Krishna, Reality, the Beautiful. That's where they got the title. from this tiny little talk of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So, I'm going to read a bit more. Not too much more. Yeah.
The book returns, it's in the same line, Srila Prabhupada, a little pamphlet called The Reservoir of Pleasure. Same message.
Yeah. Because Rupa Goswami says that in his first shloka of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Akhil Rasamrita Murti. That Krishna is the very form of all rasa. So I'm just going to read some part of this because I don't want you to be left with that without understanding the conception of beauty. Because rasa means love and beauty. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is love and beauty. That's what it is. Do you want love in your life? Tihochesh. What? Lubbi? Huh? Lubbi. Lubbi. Do you want love in your life? Huh? Do you want love in your life? No. Answer the question. Do you want love in your life? And if you say you want something else, you're a liar and you're dishonest. Absolutely, because what we just read, Srila Sridhar Maharaj has proven it. So if you want to play a little game and say, oh, I want chanting, I want that. No, you want love. So don't deny that. Otherwise you won't understand anything that Srila Sridhar Maharaj is telling if you don't accept this principle. Every living entity wants love. Love means rasa. Love means pleasure. Rasa, happiness. You want that. And if you try to tell that you don't want that, you're very misguided and very deluded person. Yes, Maharaj, is that true? What I'm telling? Yes. So the point is, we've come to this pathway now. What is this pathway? This is the pathway of Krishna consciousness. The whole Vedic knowledge is for realizing Krishna, not somebody else. No. It's meant for realizing Krishna. So now Srila Sridhar Maharaj, in his usual characteristic way, he's introducing this topic by giving a statement, by giving a quotation which was written by a Bengali poet at the beginning of the 20th century. That poet's name was Hemchandra. You know Hemchandra? So that Bengali poet wrote this, very famous. He said, in this world today, there are so many countries that are rising up in prominence. This is written 100 years ago, but we see the same thing today. There are so many countries that are rising up in prominence. This land, that land. What are we seeing in modern day, right now? Oh, countries fighting in Ukraine, countries fighting in Israel, countries fight, and it's always going on. Because why? Because these countries want to control. So they're rising up in prominence. They're becoming very prominent. Now he's telling that at that time, Japan, which is a very small country. Japan is just an island. But he says, this Hemchandra is writing that this Japan, it is rising like the sun. And then he says, only India is under eternal slumber. You know, slumber means sleep. Slumber. Only India is under eternal slumber. So when he mentioned the other part of the world, then he said, America is rising forcefully, as if he is coming to swallow the whole world. Sometimes he is shouting. Who is shouting? America. America is shouting as if with a war cry, and the whole world is shivering. Oh, America becoming very powerful, very prominent. And his enthusiasm, America's enthusiasm, is so intense and so great that he wants to snatch the world from the solar system, and he wants to give it a new shape and a new molding. This is the statement of Hemchandra. So America has been mentioned by Hemchandra in this way. So why is Srila Sridhar Maharaj explaining this? Because he says, and we witness this in our lives. The whole world has witnessed it in this last century. From the beginning of the 1900 all the way to the present time. How America has become this, they want to swallow the whole world, you see. And now this is why these wars are going on. But it's not really the country, America. Who is it? It's the deep state. It's the demonic deep state elite who own billions and trillions of dollars, and they want to control everything. So through the system of the U.S. government, which they've corrupted completely, they want to go to war. They want to conquer. They want to control. They're demons. But then Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, in the same way that America wants to change everything in the world, he says, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he came to give the world a new shape. Through what? Through Krishna consciousness. That's why he came. To give the world a new shape through Krishna consciousness. He once said, who said? Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he once said, we must go there. We must go there to those Western countries. And we must build it in a new way with Krishna consciousness. We must build it in a new way with Krishna consciousness. Did Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also say something to this effect? Oh yes. He said this Western civilization, which is now controlling the world, basically atheistic, agnostic, a little bit of religion here and there, but mostly people are demonic. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, Western civilization, it must be crushed. You know what crushed means? When with your foot you go like this and you crush a piece of fruit. You smash it with your foot, crushed. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he's the guru of our Prabhupada. He's the one that gave him these inspirations in his heart to go to the West, to preach this message of Krishna consciousness. He didn't come to the West to play around, to play a game, collect some money, a couple of followers. No. When Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj came to the West on that ship crossing the Atlantic Ocean, getting heart attacks on the ship, praying to Krishna. He came to give the message by the order of his Guru Maharaj. He came to give this message to the whole world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the answer to all existential philosophical questions in the whole world. He came to give the solution to all the problems of life. He came to change the whole world. Yes. And in 12 years, from 1965 till he departed in 1977, what did he do? He traveled the entire world. He gave Krishna consciousness to the whole world. He created Vaishnavas everywhere, all over the world. And he created here in India these beautiful places, Vrindavan, Mayapur. So he created this international society through which the whole world can be introduced to the Krishna consciousness movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of the 6 Goswamis, of all of our Guru Varga. That's what he came to give to the whole world. And so Srila Sridhar Maharaj is remembering that back years ago, before he went to the West, when he was staying with Srila Sridhar Maharaj in his apartment, in the upper floor of one of his 2 houses in Calcutta, then he said that he was saying like this. Yes, he said, we must go there. And we must build it in a new way. Everything must be first torn down, and then we must build it in a new way. So guess what's about to take place? Yes. The crushing principle. That Western civilization will be crushed. How will it be crushed? It will be crushed by their own bombs that they've invented, their own nuclear weapons. It will be crushed by the demons themselves who will fight against one another. They will destroy most of the big cities of the entire planet. Yeah, this is coming. It's just around the corner, by the way. And when did Srila Prabhupada tell these facts? He told this in 1975, right here in Mayapur, on his morning walk. You can read his conversation. He told all these facts. So what did he tell? He said that in the future, near future, there will be a war. There will be a big war. Is he the only one that told this? No. Many others. In the Vedas even, it said during this time period there will be a very big war. So that's about to take place on our planet. But it is under the control of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually changing. He is going to destroy the old, and as Prabhupada said, build it in a new way. What is that new way? To build it with Krishna consciousness. To build it with Krishna consciousness. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj is telling that what is Krishna consciousness? What is it? What is this thing called Krishna consciousness? He says, Krishna consciousness means real love, not false love, not bodily stool, urine, blood, pus, hair love, not love of the material body. It means real love of the soul to the Supreme Soul. Krishna consciousness means real love and real beauty. Yes. We want beauty because beauty is love. Love is beauty. So real love and real beauty must predominate. It must become the predominating principle. Real love and real beauty. And what is the opposite of that? What is the opposite of real love and real beauty? It is called selfishness. Selfish. I, me, mine. I, me, mine. Exploitation. That's what the opposite of real love and real beauty. It is selfishness and exploitation. Now, generally, whenever we see beauty, right? Any of us, whenever we see beauty, we see beauty. So what we think that the beauty that we're seeing, what should I do with it? This beauty that I'm seeing, I must exploit that beauty. This is generally what everyone thinks. I'm going to exploit this beauty. But guess what? Srila Sridhar Maharaj is about to inform you that you're very mistaken, that you are going to be exploiting beauty. You are very mistaken, that you are going to be able to exploit beauty. Why? Because beauty is the exploiter. Beauty is doing the exploiting. Beauty is the master. And beauty is the controlling principle. Did you know that? Unless you read Srila Sridhar Maharaj's books, you won't understand this. He's making it so simple and so clear. In the material world, everyone wants to exploit beauty. But in the spiritual world, he's going to explain this. How actually beauty is the exploiter, not to be exploited. Beauty is the master, and beauty is the controlling principle. So how is that? Now he explains. What is love? What is love? Love means sacrifice for others. That's what love means. Love doesn't mean exploit. Love means sacrifice for others. What is the term in Russian language, sacrifice?
It's very difficult to pronounce.
Sama? Okay, but you say it.
Самопожертвование.
Oh, okay. Пожертвование. Sama пожертвование. Okay. So, this is the meaning of sacrifice. We should not think that sacrifice is to be exploited by us. You see, this is what the demons think. The demons want to exploit every single jiva on this planet. That's their objective. That's their goal. To control and exploit every living entity on this planet, especially the human beings. They want to eliminate, they want to kill off most of the human beings. They want to exploit. So, but we should not think that we can exploit sacrifice. No. Sacrifice cannot be exploited by us. Then who is the recipient of sacrifice? Who should be the recipient of sacrifice? Is it our party? Ourselves? No, it cannot be our party. We are in the group of those who sacrifice themselves. That's where we belong. Whose party? Whose party? The predominated negative party. Mahabhav's party. Mahabhav's party. We are in that party. The underlying principle of love is sacrifice. But sacrifice for whom? And who is the beneficiary? Who is supposed to receive the sacrifice? Who? Love. Love is the beneficiary. Try to understand this point. Because love is a person. Love is not an imperson. It's not a thing. Love is a person. And that love is Krishna. Krishna is the supreme love. Krishna is the supreme rasa. Raso vaisaha. So, love is the beneficiary. But he's also saying here that Mahabhav is who? Mahabhav is Shrimati Radharani. Her party is Mahabhav's party. So, and all of them, now you'll hear from Srila Sridhar Maharaj how they are always sacrificing themselves to the farthest infinite degree. Because love is the beneficiary of sacrifice. So everyone should contribute their energy. To where? All of our energy is meant to be contributed to what? The center. The center, not the circumference. In a circle, you have a center point. That center point is Krishna. Everyone's energy is to be contributed to the center. But in that activity of contributing energy to the center, no one should draw energy from there. No one should try to exploit the center. Only give. What is that called? Die to live. That purpose of existence, it is called die to live. With this spirit, we should combine, and we should work for real love, and we should work for real beauty. And beauty, it will be victorious in the world. Beauty will always be victorious in the world. Love will be victorious in the world. We will sacrifice everything to see that the banner of divine love, it will flutter, it will wave all over the world. We will sacrifice everything to see that that divine love, it will go all over the world. Because why? Even a particle of that divine love, that tiny particle of that divine love will be able to keep peace and to distribute peace in all directions. That's how powerful one particle of that divine love is. That the whole world can receive peace in all directions from a particle. He gives the example of soldiers who fight in a battlefield. Those fighting soldiers, what do? They have to dedicate everything. Even their very bodies, their very lives. They have to give their lives, the soldiers. Why? So that their countrymen, so that their fellow countrymen will benefit in the future. So we should also sacrifice our lives. And we should work to bring real peace for everyone. Real peace for everyone. So in Vrindavan, the land of Krishna, in that land, the standard of sacrifice, it is unlimited. Unlimited. And the devotees there in Vrindavan, they are willing to risk everything for Krishna. Those devotees who live in Vrindavan, they're willing to risk everything for Krishna. So if that principle of sacrifice is enthroned then peace will automatically follow. Automatically. You don't have to separately try for peace. That standard of sacrifice for Krishna should be enthroned. So this is the last thing I'm going to read now. So Krishna consciousness should be enthroned above all other conceptions. All other conceptions, they are meant to be subservient to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness should be enthroned, placed on a big throne, above all other conceptions, and all the other conceptions, they are meant to be what? Subservient to Krishna consciousness. The ideal of Vrindavan, that ideal of Vrindavan, Krishna's abode, it is above all other ideals. So in the theistic comparison, in the comparison of theism, then the conception of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of his Leela, Mahaprabhu's Leela is above all other conceptions. And there, in that conception of Mahaprabhu's Leela, theism, it reaches its highest point, zenith, the zenith point. So that is our highest goal. That is our highest goal. And therefore, we should step by step, not immediately in one, but step by step, that highest goal should be explained. It should be carefully thought about. It should be accepted. And then it should be preached. So this is the Krishna consciousness movement. So this is just the beginning of the first chapter of this book. Just see what Srila Sridhar Maharaj is presenting. How he's presenting it. How he's presenting. It's astonishing. So today we tried to hear from the lips of the guardian of devotion, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. I will be continuing this in course of time. But everyone should read. You should get a copy, get a PDF, and read this book. Search for Sri Krishna Reality the Beautiful. If you have never read it, you should read it. You should try to go deep and understand it. Srila Sridhar Maharaj's way of, expression. Well, we English-speaking devotees, we appreciate it so much because it's very interesting how his thoughts unfold, what words he selects to express these things. Very amazing. So I was so fortunate in my life that I became drowned in the nectar of Srila Sridhar Maharaj's Katha. And I began to listen continually for days and weeks. Just listening, hearing everything that he spoke from 1980, 81, 82, 83, around that time period. And I became inundated by nectar. That's when I really, fully accepted him into my heart as my Siksha Guru. And as a result of that, I was not wanted by a particular institution. It was too dangerous for them because this personality is even the guru of the founder of the institution. So I lived my life in this way with the shelter of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, always his lotus feet over my head, protecting my Srila Prabhupada and my Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And all of their conceptions they are all, very, very favorable. the conceptions that these three personalities gave to the world, they are extremely in agreement with one another. And all the very important principles are given in their instructions. So when I study either of these three personalities' books, and also their other God Brothers books and so forth, I see that they're all completely in the same line. There's no difference. They're in the same line. But the way of expression is unique, because every pure devotee has his own individual style, personality, nature, realizations, everything. And they're also preaching according to the time and the place and the circumstances they're preaching. Every acharya is preaching according to the kala desha patra, to the time, the place, and the recipients. So all three of these great personalities have preached the message of Mahaprabhu. But their unique contribution is also individual. And then when you come in contact with their contribution, and then you understand how much they fit together perfectly, then you really become astonished. So Krishna, he is the Supreme Guru. Krishna is the Supreme Guru, and we should all know that Krishna himself comes in the form of Guru Tattva within this world, in the form of pure Vaishnavas. And by hearing from them and serving them, we come into the Krishna conception. That Krishna conception enters our heart, and then we understand what is this great Srimad Bhagavatam, what is this great Bhagavad Gita, this Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these literatures of the Goswamis. Then we begin to embrace everything in our heart. And for that, we are the most fortunate persons living on the planet for this. So I bow down at the lotus feet of my most worshipable Siksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and I pray at his divine lotus feet that he can bless us all, that we can develop a very, very intense attraction to hearing and studying his Harikatha and entering very deep within this Krishna conception. And I pray that he will bless me, that in this very life I can immerse myself in his teachings continually until my last breath. So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. The divine disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. The guardian of devotion, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj Goswami Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Brindai Tulsidebai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glory to the assembled devotees.